From a natural swampland in Pulau Indah to today's mega shipping hub, Westports Malaysia has risen to prominence, becoming the world's 12th busiest port. And behind the ships and cranes is a team of father and son, the Gnanalingam boys. 10 years ago, Ruben Emir Gnanalingam joined the family business, and in 2005, he took over the reins as CEO of Westports, while his dad, Tan Sri G. Gnanalingam, sits on the board as chairman.
I always ask that question is, what's the difference between you and your dad, right? So he has been able to rely a lot on his gut because he's a lot wiser, right? And so he should be. Whereas I have been able to rely a lot more on data. I think there's a difference in the age we grew up in. Data is a lot more easily available today than it was, say, 20, 30 years ago. And the question is how I utilize that data.
What sort of legacy do you still take after from your dad after running for 10 years? What do you think you would still continue some of the values that he applies while running this company?
I think values is something that we would treasure, but never legacies. I think that's something we decided a long time ago. We have a very strong culture here, which we promote a few elements which we very strongly desire. The first one is family values. It's a family company, and we want everybody here to feel as part of the family too. We push merit here very, very strongly. So we do not tolerate any kind of ism of any kind. No ageism, no sexism, no racism, no any kind of ism. We don't want any of those things here. And therefore, performance needs to be defined very carefully to basically say, if you work the hardest, you'll be rewarded the most.
Aside from that, Ruben said his disbelief in legacy means that standard operating procedures must constantly be reviewed to keep the business flexible in this ever-changing environment.
We have to be doing things here because that's the best way to do it. One of the things we said a long time ago is we don't want to have legacies here. Right? The idea is no legacies, because legacies are things like that. You do it because that's how they used to do it in the old days. Right?
While it's a little too early to groom the next generation of leadership, Ruben says there's no strict rule about family succession.
And if I feel that there's somebody better than me to run this, I'll be happy to step aside. Because the last thing I want is to run it because I'm a family member, or the last thing I want is to run it because I want to run it. I should be only running this if I'm still the best person to do so.